Nobody cares until you can make it. Welcome into the channel. In today's video, the Lord has spoken. And God wants you to know that He has spoken. And that's it. That settles it. Don't wrestle with people. Because we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against principalities, wickedness, and darkness in high places. Because the true enemy is the enemy that's on the inside of us. That's the true enemy. People are not your enemy. It is the enemy that is on the inside of those people. God said He's spoken. Hashtag that. God has spoken. What has He said? What is God saying? He said, run to me. He said, I'm your fortress and I'm your strong tower. You ought to run to me so you can feel safe. I don't care what you run to outside of God. You're not going to feel safe. And you're not going to feel protected. You're not going to feel provided for. There's going to be a void on the inside of you. You're going to feel unfulfilled because you're looking and searching for something to take the place of God. Nothing and nobody can take the place of our God. Stop looking. Stop searching. Stop trying to put things in a place where God's supposed to be. Stop trying to put people in a place where God is supposed to be. God said, I have spoken. Now, whose report are you going to believe? Are you going to believe the report of the Lord, or are you going to believe the report of what the doctor says? Are you going to believe the report of your situation? Are you going to believe the report of the people who didn't believe in you? Are you going to believe the report of those who laughed at you, who mocked at you? You got a choice to make. And your choice is going to decide how far you go up or how far you go down. As for me and my house, we going to serve the Lord, Team Nikki G. That's what we going to do. God said whatever is trying to defeat you, it's not going to defeat you. It's not going to take you out. It's not going to destroy you. It's presented itself in your life to show you what you're really made of. You know, when people beat you down so bad and make you feel like a caterpillar, make you feel like a worm, and make you feel real small, God has to send a big trial. He has to send a big challenge. You know why? Because God has to prove to you that you're going to slay your giant. God has to prove to you that you are bigger than what you think. He's going to show you that you have the courage of the lion, because you are from the lion, the tribe of Judah. God said, I have spoken. You know, we got a choice to make. You have a choice to make. You're going to believe that what you're dealing with is going to be the end of you, or you can choose to believe that this is just your beginning. This is your comeback. This is how your transformation takes place. When you isolate it, you change. Did you know that? You change. People going to tell you that you change. You had time to see. You didn't have everybody talking in your ear. You weren't distracted. You were distracted. You had a lot of things around you that were distracting your hearing, that was distracting you from picking up your word, your sword. You can't win in life without the sword of the Spirit. You can't win and overcome and conquer nothing in your life if you don't have the word of the Lord down on the inside of you. You got to put the word on the devil. You got to put the word on your problem. You got to put the word on your situation. If you don't know what you have a right to have, you will forfeit the right that God said you have. You will forfeit the birthright. Do you know what your birthright is? God said choose then. If you know your birthright, God said you choose then. You stop letting everybody talk into your ear. You stop letting everybody talk you out of what I told you to do. See, you can't be telling everybody what God told you to do unless the Lord led you to share that information. Because the devil will enter into people to listen. And he'll enter into the people that you trust that you haven't found out yet that you can't trust yet. I'm going to say it again. The devil will enter into people that you trust, but you haven't found out that you really can't trust these people just yet. See, the enemy knows whenever you trust a person and whatever they tell you, whatever advice that they give you, you're more than likely to take it. The enemy knows that. So he's going to use this as an advantage. Don't let the enemy take an advantage over you. Never give the devil place. Don't give him a foot. Don't give him room. Don't give him place. God said, I have spoken. He said, this is not going to destroy you. This is not going to take you out. Not this one. People don't care until you make it. People don't care until they can benefit from your life. People don't care about you until they can see the opportunities that you have that can help advance their life. You got to always have faith, and you better learn how to keep your discerner hat on. Faith is great. It's amazing, because we can't please God without it, because we must believe that he is God and that he is a rewarder of those of us who diligently seek him. But you got to know the devil between an angel of light. And you're not going to know the difference unless you have the spirit of discernment. So pray for the spirit of discernment. And if you do have the spirit of discernment, pray and ask the Lord to heighten your spiritual discernment. This video is just for those of you who feel exactly what I'm saying in this video. God has spoken. You know you need to do what God already said. You already know what you need to do. And you know you need to be taking steps toward it. So do it. God said out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, his word is going to be established. You know, God has already given you confirmation what you need to do, because he's told you through somebody else. More than one person. Several people. Now you have to do it. God said, I have spoken. God said, if I said that not one weapon that formed against you will prosper, you got to believe it. Why do you believe that weapons forming against you will prosper? Why do you believe that a witch can curse you if you have the Holy Spirit and if you're truly born again? The devil can't kill you. God is the author and the finisher of your faith. God said, fear me, the person that can kill your body and soul. Can you imagine you fearing people? Why? You fearing your supervisor on your job. You fearing people hexing you and jinxing you. You get the devil too much credit. Some things the devil don't need accountability for, so to speak. So some things in your life the devil can't be blamed for, because God is orchestrating chaos. Did you know that? God is orchestrating chaos in your life, and he's doing it so you can bring about a change. You asking for a change, you're praying and asking God to do something for you, and here it is. Here is God doing something for you, but he's just not doing what you thought he was going to do, isn't he? He's giving you some trouble, isn't he? Because he wants you on your knees. Because maybe God hadn't heard from you in a while. You know, God can't hear from us just when we have a problem. That's not a relationship. How would you feel if people only call you when you need them? See, God will let us reap what we sow. I'm telling you, family, if you don't want people to do you like that, don't treat God like that. Keep an open line of communication with God. We always need God. I don't care when God answers your prayers, bring you the manifestation of his promise. When you get the promise, that is the biggest challenge, is when you get it. So many people feel like before they get it, that's the biggest trial. No, the biggest test is when you get it. The biggest test is when you hold it. God said, I have spoken. He said, this is not going to self-destruct your life. This is not going to destroy you. It's going to show you what you're made of. The lie couldn't kill you. The car wreck couldn't kill you. The sickness couldn't take you out. The abuse, trying to ruin your reputation and your name, that didn't take you out. Making you feel less than, making you feel small, didn't take you out. God said, by any means will nothing harm you, and it'll never come nigh your dwelling place. I don't care how close it get, it'll never touch you. God said a weapon will form. The weapon will form, but it'll never prosper against you. Whatever has been spewed out in the realm of the spirit against God's children, it'll never prosper. It's going to always ricochet right back to the sender. Hashtag that, back to the sender. Focus on the promise, not the problem. Whatever you focus on the most, family, it's going to magnify. It's going to grow. It's going to get bigger. It's not going to take you out. God put it there to change you. He put it there to transform your life. He put it there so you can experience a great comeback. He did. You want to come back? You got to go through hell first. You got to have something to come back from. That's why you're going through so much hell, because you prayed and asked God to restore your life, didn't you? So God will allow you to start losing things. You're going to lose things. You're going to lose people because you asked God to restore your life. So let him do what you ask him to do. It's not the way you wanted it, is it? But God knows what's best, because he knows you and he knows me. He knows the intents of our heart, family. And all God is doing is purging us, and he's making us a better person. He's creating us more and more every day, just like him. If you're in a fire, stay yourself in the fire. Don't get yourself out, because if you pull yourself out of the fire prematurely and get an attitude, I'm not doing this anymore, God going to throw you right back in the fire, and he going to turn up the heat. You may not get burned, and when you come out, you might not smell like smoke, but the hell you're going to go through with just knowing that God put you in something that you're ready to get out of, but you can't get out of it yet, because God is going to teach you how to obey, and he's going to teach you how to do what he told you to do when he told you to do it, because delayed obedience in the eyes of God for you and me and everybody else listening is disobedient. God said, I have spoken. God said, I'm the king. I have spoken. He said, I swear by my own holiness that I'm going to bless you. He said, I'm going to bless everybody that bless you. I'm going to empower everybody that blesses you, shows you grace, shows you mercy. God said, I'm going to empower every one of these people to be blessed. And every person that curse you and tries to curse you, God said, I'm going to empower them to fail. Nothing that they do going to prosper. Nothing that they try to build going to get off the ground. God said, I'm going to have a worm in the earth that's going to eat up their foundation. And every time they think they're building something, the worm going to eat it up. It's just like holes in your enemy's pocket. When the enemy think they are financially blessed, a hole going to be in a pocket. And they're not going to know it. When they put their hand in their pocket to pull out their finances, they're not going to have anything, because a worm going to eat it up. Because God has cursed that which they thought they have, and he's going to transfer it in the hands of his children. Focus on your destiny God called you to do. Focus on your kingdom assignment. Don't focus on your enemies. Your enemy is defeated. Don't you forget that, family. God has spoken. You got a decision to make. Whose report you going to believe? Thank you for watching the broadcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Watch and share the videos for me. Don't forget to like the videos for me, family.